However, guys, there's another dipstick that's on its way out. All right. Now, this is just the first car. I foresee this in the future. I foresee this on all cars. And the car I'm talking about, actually, there isn't a car yet. Actually, technically, I have not seen this engine in a car, period. All right. Now, the engine I'm talking about is the Hurricane, the 3.0 twin turbo Hurricane engine. What I want to do now is video file. I want to show you guys a clip of this thing. This dipstick is totally leaving us. Just we're gonna have to adapt to the way car makers are making cars, guys. It's just simple as that. This engine right here, guys, this is the 3-liter twin turbo Hurricane engine. Now there's two different versions. The SO version, which is a standard output, and HO is high output. These engines gonna be using 0W40. But looking around all over this engine, guys, I did not see a dipstick or dipstick tube. I'm talking for engine oil. And as I went through some of the classes talking with some people, there isn't gonna be one. All right, no engine or dipstick whatsoever. You can look around all you want, JT. You will not find one. That is because the way they monitor oil level will be fully electronic, guys. That's right. You're gonna have to have a sophisticated cluster, number one. Now, let me show you this. I don't know what car this is, guys. That's just the engine in one of the cars. See that right there? That is the sensor on the oil pan, which will let the cluster know how much oil in your car. So long gone would be the days of pulling out a dipstick to check the level of your oil. And again, this is the first car product that I know of. Okay, I'm sure everybody else gonna jump on board. I don't even know if we was the first one to do it, but it's this FCA stuff. Now, this is the sensor. Like I said, that's going to be a connector right there you plug in. So this sensor stabbed into this is the oil pan flipped upside down. All right. Could you imagine some of the debris? Or I'm just hoping this is all covered up. Okay. Could you imagine a lot of stuff happening around here? Yeah, let me get on with it. This is the oil. Now, all you guys that was complaining about, why don't the oil light come on when the car has no oil in it? Maybe this will address that issue. Because there was some concern, guys. There is no oil level sensor on cars these days. There are, however, oil pressure sensors and switches. Okay, the Pentastar have a oil temperature switch as well as an oil pressure sensor. There is nothing that will alert the driver that their oil level is low. Now, one can argue when pressure go low, the oil pressure sensor should tell somebody something, and that somebody should turn on a warning light. No, guys, obviously that's not happening, or we wouldn't see the number of seized engine that we see at the shop. So that's not happening. All right. A lot of people complain about, same with coolant. Why isn't there a low coolant level? I didn't say washer fluid because there is one on the washer fluid bottle, but not on the coolant level. Again, one could argue, or car makers could argue, if coolant go low, temperature should rise. That is an indication in itself to the driver that you're overheating. Stop it. Pull it over. Don't drive no more. But that's not happening, guys. So I don't know if car makers got to dumb down their technology. And I don't want to say dumb down. Nobody's dumb. It's just that people comprehend information a little different. All right, so I foresee this giving them some problem because people are used to pulling a damn dipstick, and mechanics gonna have to get used to this also. Now, as far as yes, that's the switch. What I was alerting to. Now, here's what you might see on your cluster in the form of gauges. If your oil level critically low, oh my God, that is the time to shut it down, people. Your gauge will look like this. So if you see one little black spot right there, shut it down, man. What the hell? Why are you still going? All right, the next one is oil level low. So you just low. You can keep going, but just know that you low. Hey, that rhyme. So you still need to do something about this. This is not good. This is still bad. Oil level, okay. You will be in the you will be in a 75, I don't know, right there in that range. All right. Your oil, again, people, we're talking about oil level. All right. So you would be right there. Oil level critically high. I don't know how one could get his car critically high on oil unless he overfill it. Mind you guys, this car takes 0 W40. Now, there's a lot of controversy around the first digit of that viscosity, 0 W. A lot of people saying that's what people use in extreme cold weather. That's not a good thing to be in. But guys, I just wanted to tell you, there we go, there go a better picture there. I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to be the first to tell you, all right? You heard it first from your boy, JT. Now, there's some mechanics in here. Jason in here, Uncle Mark. I saw, did I see David in here? I don't want to miss nobody, but there's some mechanics in here that may have seen something I haven't. And again, I have not seen this freaking car. I have not seen this engine in a car. But we're now saying goodbye to the freaking oil dipstick. Long gone. Look, guys, think about it for a second. The car is going to be pretty much electronically controlled already. There's no more power steering pump on the average car made today. All right, the power steering system has gone fully electronic. You hear what I'm saying? There's no more pump. There's no more power steering belt. There's no more power steering noise to contend with as far as mechanical items, parts such as power steering pumps. So yeah, your belt just gonna be running around a crankshaft and maybe a AC compressor, which that's gonna be gone here soon. The EV cars use a weird ass AC compressor. Last time I was in school, there's a lot of changes coming down the pipe, and all of it has to do with implementing electronically controlled accessories. Bye-bye power steering pump. You can't say bye-bye to the transmission because you need that to go. You can, however, say bye-bye to the hydraulic controlled transmission. That was long gone anyway. All right, transmission's been electronically controlled for some time now. So I'm done with that. No more freaking dipstick. Man, I'm gonna miss that, man. I used to love pulling them dipstick out, you know, wiping it on a rag and putting it back in there. Wait a minute, let me see how much in here. Yeah, man. Now, imagine, so a lot gonna be riding. Your car is almost fully electronically controlled. A lot's gonna be riding on your battery, right? That battery is gonna be crucial. All right, crucial to the. What's real quick, guys? 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee in for some noises, guys. What kind of noises? I don't know. They seem to think it's the infamous Pentastar tick. Ooh, that was a slow start. Now, do I hear anything right now? I hear nothing but a stupid bell. So let me close this door. All right, I do not hear the Pentastar tick, but that's not a good way to check it, guys. Let's do this because I'm afraid of these. Anytime I'm dealing with, let me turn this off. Anytime I'm dealing with noises from engine, I first want to verify that the stupid engine even got oil in it. Okay, yes, you are not about to seize up on me and my possessions. So yes, the Pentastar. Okay, again, I didn't hear no ticking noise. I heard some crunching noise, but not so much ticking noise. But what I want to do, first verify, yes, that there's oil in it. Okay, it ain't even got to be full. I want to see if there's actually oil in it. Now, this is a short video, so y'all stay tuned for the full video.